And, after that, then it's all work, 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 work. Just like the Princess Bride, when it finally gets out there that you're a nice guy, then, oh, my God.
That's why we always say, that's why at my job we never admit that we have extensions.
We have no extensions. I know.
You have no extensions. Call the queue. You have to deal with that.
Now, tell us a little bit about the how you have our Wicked Wikia or Wiki broken up. I mean,
try to actually do it by category and then break those categories with the menus on the left side, mostly. The keywords, which most people actually use, didn't seem to fit the information on how people actually look for, how you look for the information within the wiki. Because it's actually, you're used to looking for the information as if it was out of the book, out of the game books and such like that. You don't normally look for your keywords. You go to the section or the chapter on starships, we'll say, and then of course you want to make sure that when you're looking for a starship, you're looking for a transport and stuff like that, so you have that. So I wanted to actually break it down
by category then.
Categories and then subcategories on those pages. Like, as example is the space transports, pods, yachts, freighters, medium freighters, bulk freighters, the scouts, and stuff like that. The same thing with the force powers. I got it broken up by what you are required to roll for that power. If it's a control sense power, you're going to find it in that section of powers. And of course, within those sections, alphabetized. Obviously, I'm kind of a bit of a, like, an archivist in a way. I should have actually gone into library sciences, really. So.
Now, do you have any special things outside of just the Star Wars D6 that's up on the wiki?
Outside of just the Star Wars D6, well, the books for the original, I do have the Western Games Open D6 books posted there, and I think I had, and pretty much other than that, it's the crossovers. The Demon Apostles have been loving doing those. Just in case, basically, we've all played with the character, with the one storyteller or the one gamer that wants to cross over something they saw in their anime or something they saw in Thundercats, and they want to bring it into the game. See if they can actually do that kind of thing, or play Pizza the Hut instead of Jabba the Hutt and stuff like that. So you have the stats for those ideas and those universes into the D6 system, so they can actually be mixed into Star Wars.
So you actually have sort of a fan-made section as well.
Yeah. There's a bunch of that stuff, basically, for like Aliens and Predators and Andromeda, Babylon 5.
Well, there you go.
I think Firefly was in there. Yeah, Firefly was in there. It's not everything in those multiverses. Like, I know Babylon 5 was huge. The Star Trek stuff was huge. There's almost enough in there to have its own wiki in there if you actually cross over everything from Star Trek. But it gives you a nice basis for a lot of the stuff.
Now, going back to the wiki entries and stuff like that, you have a combination of official material that's being made available, and you actually have some homebrew Star Wars stuff that's intermixed with that as well. Now, a question for you. On the official end of it, how close do you think you are to having that archived almost as a complete wiki?
I'm pretty close. I think I'm actually pretty close. One area that I do not actually have, I need more time on, basically, would be the star systems and the more specific, modified individuals, the actual characters in the books, the movies, the comic books, and such like that, as well as any kind of equipment or ships they might have had.
So are you the one that's doing a lot of the wiki entries then?
A lot of them are actually done right now by, I think Demon Apostle does the most right now. Okay. I did the bulk of it in the day to get it started. And of course I did the bulk of the more annoying areas. Like the star systems is kind of an annoying area.
Well, question for you. If somebody who had an account on the D6 Holocron wiki. Could they post?
Yeah. Anybody with an account can actually add. And as long as the page is not blocked, they can edit if necessary. We try to actually monitor just to make sure everything is, still cool with everything. But you can post any information you really want on there. I've actually gotten a section on there for even storylines. If somebody actually wanted to post a journal of their storyline, of the game they're actually running, or maybe games that they actually ran in the past, to include the technology, the characters, and stuff like that onto the wiki. Plus, if they used it as a base for their journal and everything like that, they can link to the information in other areas of the wiki. I think it was, if you look at the storylines, mine was, of course, After the Fall was one that I created with a buddy of mine. If you look at one of the characters like Conrad Core, you can actually see how some of the force powers and stuff like that are linked. Or not Conrad Core, it was Resin. Like his force powers linked to those pages. The equipment he's carrying is linked to those pages. So that's what makes it a little bit more able to be organized for the storyteller or even the character players.
Is there a help section to help people along with like some of these questions about if they want to make their own postings or edit, or is it more just kind of like intuitive?
There is a help section actually. It's under the navigation in the wiki itself. For how to actually create some of the formatting and such like that. A lot of the files are actually, I basically just needed to take it right from the Media Wiki website. Their help files were perfectly fine, so it's just I got those files. Because it's just like the Media Wiki program, so it's the same editing software, same editing language.
Okay.
As that, now, which is different than HTML, so just kind of playing on that.
No way. There's more than one programming language? Just say it.
Oh yeah, everybody has to have their own
flav.
Sure.
Maybe you can tell us what you'd like to do for the site in the future. Some of the things you'd like to, like if you had all the time in the world to add to your site and make it, add to it, what you would do.
There's a couple of tools I'm actually working on right now, and actually they're apps for Droid and Apple, or the iPhone, for the Droid powers, the Jedi powers, as well as star systems and stuff like that. Basically, so you can actually access it even through your mobile phone or tablet through there, instead of needing to have an internet connection to access the site as well.
Okay, nice.
I just got to trying to actually get the programming down for that, but since I don't even like programming, that's the weird thing. I made the website, put all this stuff together, and I don't even like programming and coding, but I do it because of the fact that I really wanted to keep the game alive.
That is pretty much Daniel's and I's goal as well. Yeah. I guess that's why Daniel put the G Plus community together. It's why I got on board. I post a lot of stuff, and my whole thing is I'd like to see old gamers as well as new gamers get involved in it. It's a great system, and there's a ton of information out there for you. What's not to like?
Yeah, it's the simplest system out there for anybody to start. So,
okay,
I had to do something to try to make sure it stays there and everybody can access it, and hopefully it just expands.
Well, Andrew, do you have anything else that you wanna share with people, or anything you want to say about the website?
No, just I would actually say, for the security thing, I apologize to make people actually do this. If you do want to actually have an account on the wiki site, you can post. Some of the modifications on there, like the menu bar at the left side, you might have to have me or Demon Apostle actually do it. But if you wanted to make an account, just like it says on the site, just email me at BSDOblivion, BSDOblivion at D6Holocron.com, and just give me an idea of what alias I should put up there, because I try to actually put aliases up there for everybody, just so there's a privacy issue, there's a privacy level or buffer.
Now, the last thing I'm going to say, Andrew, and I'm going to hand it over to Daniel. Now, this project does have some costs involved in it, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Now, I know that you are hesitant to make this pitch, but I'm going to do it for you because I think that it's a worthwhile thing. Now, you've got, is it on the file side of it, or is it on the
it's on the file side. It's on the file side.
Okay, on the file side, you've got a small PayPal thing, right? Just to, if someone is so inclined, they can help you with some of your costs.
Yeah, it's actually, it's become a little bit more expensive because I tried a cheap service and that went bad. Mm-hmm. So now it's a more expensive service, but yeah, it's helpful if it's actually paid for. And yeah, you're right. Like I admitted to you earlier, I hate asking. So.
Yep. Well, I tell you what, a lot of times people are more than willing to help out. They just need to know. Yeah. And that's why we're going to go ahead and mention that. So, guys, if you are using either end of the D6 Holocron, whether it's on the wiki side or on the file side of it, and so inclined and have a couple extra bucks in your pocket, and we're not talking like $20, $30, $50. I mean, if you want to toss them a couple bucks, $2, $3, $5, please do so if you find that it's something you use. And that's where we'll leave it at. Daniel?
And once again, to reach this site, all you've got to do is go to D6 Holocron, HOLOCRON.com. Andrew, it was great having you, and we look forward to hearing more. And hopefully some people will get to posting some things to the wiki itself.
Okay. Thank you very much. Yeah.